for anything to work, a lot of companies, they come to me and they say, we want to implement AI and AI agents and all. And the first thing that I ask is like, where do you store your data? And then some of them say, no, our data is scattered, we don't know. Some of them is in spreadsheets, some of them is in CRM, some product data is somewhere else. Then I say, the first step that you need to do is, to create a data foundation, create a data management system, data pipeline. Okay, put the data into one place, update the data, enrich the data. All of that needs to be done as a first step in many ways. For the companies who are not very disciplined in terms of data, there are companies, especially large companies, who are very disciplined with their data. They're using large ERP and other systems. So for them, it's a huge advantage for them to, then go ahead and do this AI transformation. It's much easier for them, as compared to a company who is just fragmented and the data is scattered everywhere. Because AI needs data to take any actions, right? To learn, to take a decision. If there is no data, what AI is going to work on, right? So data is the fuel for AI in many ways. So your own data is the first lowest hanging fruit when it comes to training the AI. And that is where we generally suggest our companies and customers to go ahead and with the project with. Data also decays quickly. So contact goes stale, job title changes, company growth. So it needs to be updated consistently, or else you need to have a system that can update the data systematically. Okay, and real-time enrichment for a comprehensive actionable. So you need to create what we call as the customer data profile. That means, all your data needs to be in one place and it needs to be continuously enriched and updated. There are systems out there, the CRM system, the CDP system, the data warehouse, all of that can be integrated. It can be done. This webinar is not about data management, data pipeline creation. This is not about that. Maybe I'll create another webinar on that. But if your data is a mess, then that is where you need to first start with. Don't jump right into the bandwagon of creating AI agents and putting AI into your systems. It's not going to be very effective if that's the case. Unified 360-degree view. So that means all the data needs to be put into one place, even if it is physically not in one place, but to basically optimize the data in such a way that you can get a 360-degree view of the data. For example, if a buyer is there, the buyer might be there in your product database, in data warehouses. The same buyer information might be there on CRM. The same buyer information might be hanging around some spreadsheets, and the same buyer might be there on your website visiting you, in social media interacting. So all these things to be connected together, right? There are systems which can do that. Go beyond basic firmographics. Okay? Go beyond the job title and the location. Go to behavioral data. Go to technographic data, firmographic data. Go with to integrate all the data into one place so that the AI can learn quickly and take decisions quickly, right? Okay. And this is the key towards aligning the marketing and sales in a single source of truth. So if the source of truth is correct, then you can create a lot of work, automations and AI on top of it. But if the data layer is scattered and distributed, then it becomes very difficult. Okay. In the traditional ABM, the intent and the signal were not, people were not emphasizing a lot on intent and the signal capture because the technology was not there. I think the intents were there, the signal were there, but I sincerely feel the technology and the cost of those technology and the implementation was too high. But now, thanks to AI and data, which is getting more cost effective, cheaper day by day, now things are much better. So now we are living in an age of this new ABM, which we are going to talk about in the coming days, where we can actually capture intent and signals, right? So that means if somebody visits your website, that's an intent. You can capture that signal in real time. If somebody is visiting your G2 profile, you can capture the signal in real time and process it and do something about it in real time, and not to wait like 24 hours for, your salesperson to come log into office and then check and then do something about it. No, it can be done immediately. So the signals and the intent from different sources can be captured online in real time. The behavioral data, you know, like downloading a white paper or posting a job or whatever. And you can move from reactive to proactive, right, based on intent and signals, right? So reactive is like waiting for the prospect to eventually go ahead and fill up that contactor's form. Instead of that, you can be proactive. That means even if they came down to contactor's page, they did not fill up the form, but you can proactively reach out to them and start the conversation, right? So in a way that I sincerely feel that the ABM that we are moving into is more proactive rather than reactive, right? In many ways, the B2B marketing is changing drastically, going from reactive mode to proactive. So sales rep do not need to just sit and a lead to come down to their pipeline for them to give them a call. Instead, now they have a lot more power with these new technologies in place. Okay, so once you identify there are signals, for example, somebody downloaded your white paper or somebody posted a job or somebody visited your website, you can get that signal, you can get the identity of the company or the person thanks to the technology like factors and RB2B. Okay. And then, you can synthesize those information. You can find the intent using AI. Okay. You can trigger some alert. You can just tell your BDM, hey, you know what? This customer is back, checking out something, downloading something, or this prospect is back. And then engage the buyer in the precise moment that they are ready to buy or they are doing some action. So AI and automation can do all of the stuff which otherwise your sales team has to do, and they are more busy with more important things, right? Like creating a proposal and sending a proposal to your prospect. So let them do that important job, and AI can handle this kind of real time engagement very effectively, right? From the marketing and sales point of view. Right. So turning signals into action is where the real connecting of the dot is. That is where people like us comes into the picture. That is where the automations and the AI agents and all the services that we are offering comes into the picture, right? Because you can get the signal, but what you're going to do next? If you're still waiting for your sales team to to go ahead and send an email, then you are missing on the point here, right? So that is where the automation and the AI agents and all this fancy stuff comes with sure of B2B marketing. So let me just wrap it up by these 2 points. The first is smarter, more effective, predictive workflows and with intent capture, faster, more adaptive automation, the AI, the engine that connects and optimizes everything, and real-time data automation and signal-driven strategies. So this is the future of B2B marketing. Right? So all the stuff. So there was a traditional marketing, and now we are moving into the future of B2B marketing. Let's call it ABM 2.0.